harmless. Because you know what, you have to learn not to, you know when you're at school and you're talking and the kids, you can't be like that. I'm interviewing him, he needs to give the most information. I'm just prompting for the response, you know what I mean, which you know inside out. Today I'm having the privilege of interviewing Mr. SELWYN Brown from Steel Pulse, and I've heard that you've just been nominated for a Grammy Award, so
we have, yes.
I wanted to find out a bit more about that.
Okay, for the latest album.
Well, you showed me this, and I saw that you've already won one. This was 2 years before I was born.
Oh, for real?
Sorry to 1986, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And this was for the best reggae recording act. So this, I've never held a Grammy before. Might take it home with me actually.
Hey, it's all in the family.
Yeah.
Keeping the family, I mean.
So how did you feel when you got nominated and actually won this?
We felt honoured.
Yeah.
Because what happened is, a lot of people don't know this, but all the time that Bob Marley was alive, there was no reggae category for the Grammys. Because even though Bob Marley did what he did, obviously the powers that be in the industry, they didn't really take reggae music that seriously, and that proves it. And so when Bob passed away, people in the reggae industry campaigned, and finally we got a reggae section in the Grammys in 1985, and Blackie Uhuru won the first one for the Anthem album, and we won the second one.
That's wicked, that's amazing.
Bandit,
yeah, to think that there wasn't a reggae category when reggae music is so massive all over the world.
And Bob was the biggest thing, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you won it the second year that it had come about. I want to know a bit more about the background of Steel Pulse, because this band's been going long before I was even thought of.
Okay, right, yeah, because Steel Pulse was started in 1975.
Yeah. And
what is the original members, we were all school friends who all left school and all kept in touch. The original lineup then was myself, Basil Gabbard and David Hines, Ronnie McQueen, Michael Riley, and Basil's brother Colin Gabbard on drums. Yeah. And and their name came from the original bass player Ronnie McQueen. He got the name from a racehorse because we wanted something different.
Yeah.
When we first started the band, it was just a fun thing to do. None of us had a career in mind, because we all started from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's after we did some rehearsals, and family and friends used to come to rehearsals, and people started saying, you know something guys, you should start taking this more seriously, because we're all in day jobs. I was in my first day's job as insurance underwriter. Basil and David were at art college, because they're very good artists. You know what I mean? So when we started taking more serious, then we started leaving our day jobs and colleges, and basically that's how we got started.
On the band.
Yeah.
Did you ever use any of your skills from your insurance job to sort out certain contracts with the band?
That's a good question. But what like I said, when we first started, we didn't really have a manager as such, because we were just rehearsing. The first rehearsal room was Ronnie's attic bedroom in his parents' house at Samuel Road. Second rehearsal place was Mr. Hines made us use his basement on 16 Linwood Road. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I remember sometimes leaving work in my suit to come to rehearsals. Wow. And because I was so tall, we actually cut a hole in the in the plasterboard so I could stand up and then play.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah, I mean, and then later on was when Alfonso came into the band, Alfonso Martin. And then later on, Grizzly came and Steve Ness as our drummer. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
So from then until now, obviously you've had a change in dynamics in terms of the band, your backing singers, your musicians and stuff. Who are the current members of Steel Pulse now?
Oh, okay. The current members now are myself, SELWYN Brown, David Hines, on stage, David Elicherry, and lead guitarist and backing vocals. Wayne C. Sharp Clark on drums from Kingston. We've got Stephen Bradley on trumpet. Also Shanti Palmer on trombone. Zem Adu on saxophone. I can't forget Mr. Amlak Tafari on bass.
That's an interview that would probably take 2 years, would you say?
Yeah, you're
To
listening
finish,
now.
start to finish, give or take. I know most of those people, and the band's gone from strength to strength in terms of, you know, the evolution of Steel Pulse, as your good fans will know. So you've been nominated for a Grammy again in 2020. You kind of raised through a whole short list of really amazing artists, and you've made it to the top of the list again. How did it feel to be nominated again in such a modern day?
I mean, the nominees, ourselves, and also Rising Star Coffee from Jamaica, Third World, who are some of our idols as well, started before us, and actually influenced us as well back in the day. Sly and Robbie, which is more of a compilation album, and Julian Marley. And Third World's album was produced by Damian Marley.
Okay.
So you know, so we feel honoured, and to know that I mean, this is our first album in 15 years. So to know that people within the industry have voted for us for our first album in 15 years. That's really a really nice touch. It shows me that even though there's all the other different forms of music around, different forms of reggae, we're still recognised as a band that's made a mark.
Definitely. Tell me a bit about the inspiration behind the album that you've been nominated for.
Okay. I think the best thing to do is to name some of the songs. One of the songs is called The Wheel's Gone Mad. And that's basically when we look around the world and a lot of things that are happening, from the presidency of the US, the rise of the far right again, natural disasters happening. There's obviously something going on besides the natural order of things. And when you have world leaders say, "Oh, there's nothing," so it makes you really have to look. And also, when you see like the crime rates in different countries, and criminals getting more and more ruthless.
There's some really positive and hopeful messages in your songs, and those people that have listened to that album will probably really feel exactly what you're saying. So moving from your first Grammy to the album that you've created now, how do you stay current in 2020 even though times have changed?
Okay, well, one of the main ways, me personally, is by listening to what's happening. In other words, even though we made a mark in the industry, and as far as we built a fan base, we always keep our ears to the ground. You know, the up and coming bands now, listening to what the youths are doing, and we also from day one realised the importance of not being complacent. Just because you have one hit, that doesn't mean you made it. So from day one, when we decided that we want to be a recording band, we said that we like to make music that's timeless, that over time, if the 20, 30, people can still find something in there and be touched by it. And like I said, listening to what's going on, listen to our fans as well. You know what I mean? And not being afraid to be different.
Of course, I think that really helps. There's a lot of new artists around today in all different genres of music. What advice do you have, especially for the reggae artists, for those that are up and coming?
Number one, like I said, is don't be afraid to be different. And also hard work, and also learning the business side, because that's very important. Because me, when we started out, we were so excited to be signing our first record contract that we basically almost signed away the rights to our first 3 albums, because the contract they were signing, the record company, they had their lawyers, young, and they're so eager we were. Like, we signed the record company, we can be on the same record company that's Bob Marley and everybody there else. But we didn't really small print.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after we left that company now, years later, if we wanted to release a compilation album with tracks from that period, we have to get permission from the record company and it's our music. So it's very, very important to learn the business side of it. Keep your ears open to different things. Like I said, don't be afraid to be different.
To be different.
I know also, so if you're going to be a musician, because you got musicians, you got producers, you got mixing engineers, they're all different skills. So I identify what skill you're going to go for and just go for that full tilt. And keep your ears to the ground as far as, you know what I mean, what other people are doing as well.
Yeah, good advice. I think it will be useful to those up and coming because times have definitely changed now, as you said, mainly on the business side. I know that you're on tour probably 60% of the year. How do you like promote a work-life balance? Because I don't know how you do it.
Well, part of it is having supportive family.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not easy. Me and my wife, we've been together for what, 27 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even planning holidays, most of the times when the family plan, they have to say, just go ahead and plan it. And if I'm not on tour, they can join you. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. That's why having supportive families is very important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then as far as yourself, try and stay in shape because touring is not easy. Because a lot of people see you going to, oh, you going on holiday, but it's like we go to some nice places. Yeah. But 80% of the time, you reach a place, you go to the hotel. Next day, hotel to the sound check, back to the hotel. I remember one time we did 5 shows in 5 days on 5 different countries. Wow. Yeah, you have to pace yourself. You have to have a supportive family. Yeah. Definitely. That's the main. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I think you're putting us all to shame with the non-stop on the go, but I suppose it's all part of exactly what you're passionate about, isn't it?
That's it. You have bands that are great recording bands. Yeah. You have bands that are great live bands. People like seeing us live. Yeah. Because we've always liked to give a show that is not just people stand up and say it. Yeah. We always try to make the show theatrical as well. Yeah. In other words, from the drummer to the lead singer, to give, what's the bass player doing? So it makes a whole experience. Of course. Rather than just come and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want it to be an experience. Yeah. So where's the best, or what is the best country that you've performed at energy-wise?
That's hard to say because the different places and different events in different countries, that has been amazing. Like for instance, the very first time I went to Jamaica, we were really nervous. Yeah. Because we're taking our brand of reggae back to the land where it's created. Yeah. And even before the show, a man come to us and say, "Why me and your son come from England? I better play good." It was like, fine. But when we went on stage, and the reception we got, I always remember that. Yeah.
I want to talk about the sound of reggae music. I want to know your opinion of how reggae music, how the sound has changed over time from when you started out to today.
Okay. I'd say it's evolved because you can still listen to an old reggae record from 1960s and 1970s and it still sound good. Yeah. Reggae is about 60 years old now because it started as a mentor, then it went to the ska music, the rocksteady, the blue beat, then into roots reggae, then you had the dancehall with the DJs, and that was a whole revolution itself because reggae was the first music to have DJs and talking over the music but making it be a part of the music. You see what I'm saying? And now you got bashment as well. But to me, reggae is the most influential music in the world, bar none.
Okay, it's quite
You know what I'm saying?
powerful.
Yeah.
Suppose you know best.
You know,
Opinion.
but if you listen, Beyonce to Rihanna, everybody's putting a tinge of reggae into
their
music.
Yeah.
And Tina Turner, one of her biggest hits. What's love got to do with it? That's reggae tune. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah.
So I think that reggae music now, the artists that you mentioned, Beyonce, they've started to introduce Afro beats as well into their music that have made some really, really good modern songs.
Right.
Do you think Steel Pulse would ever venture out into the Afro beats genre?
I think so, because my ears are always open
Yeah.
to different kind of music. And for me, Afrobeat is like, that's the youth's expression, come from Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that African music and African musicians have been recognised in this way as well.
Yeah.
We're open to collaborations as well.
Good.
So that'd be nice, yeah.
So drop a comment who you think that they should collaborate with next in the Afrobeats world. But it's really big, even in the UK. There's so many UK artists that have been successful with
it's true.
Afrobeats.
And I didn't realise that even last year I went to Abuja.
Yeah.
And most of the music that I was hearing was Afrobeats.
Yeah.
But I didn't really realise that was the actual name for it.
Okay.
And so I started reading up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite catchy.
Yeah, it is.
I like a bit of Afrobeats.
You
I think
know.
it'd be good on an Afrobeats song.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. That'd be a nice summer vibe, actually.
Yeah. So put the word out for us.
I will.
You know,
See if we can get any collaborations.
Whisking Island people there.
Oh, that would be
And
really
that'd be
good.
going Island people.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Come on, listen.
I'm really interested in sort of the band in general and where you've come from and where you're going. What is the future for Steel Pulse?
I would say, obviously, when we have the health and strength, obviously continue touring, continue recording, but also collaborating with different artists.
Yeah.
And even some of the youths around us.
Yeah.
Working with them as well. Add more music into different avenues, you know, like films and TV and all that kind of stuff.
That sounds good.
You know,
Yeah.
Because David does his own side project. I did my own side project.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my projects is a band called Roots Ensemble, which is from Birmingham itself. We got us studio, so we're doing original songs as well as covers and tributes as well.
I've got a couple of firing questions that I just want you to give me the first answer that comes to mind.
Okay.
So if you could be on stage and perform with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow, dead or alive? Crikey. I got a name too. Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Alive.
Teach me all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean.
I was on stage before, do you remember? At
yeah,
your
was
festival.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. Alive, I say, somebody like say Rihanna, something like that.
Yeah.
Or Beyonce.
That would be a good collaboration.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And we'd get free makeup.
Yeah. Just something different, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That sounds good. If there was a remake in a film version of your life, who would you choose to act as you?
To act as me?
Yeah.
Usain Bolt. Got people who keep around saying looks like Usain Bolt, so. Come on, so.
Okay.
Probably the young me, I can be the old, that's
okay, so he could probably get into acting now, and he's probably already got a job lined up.
Yeah, man. So
good. If you're watching, hit us
up.
up.
If you watch Rasta, yes.
Well, it's been really good talking to you. I know you're travelling to Los Angeles for the Grammy Awards this weekend. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Shouting at the TV.
Yeah, all right.
Make sure you tune into the Grammys this Sunday.
Right.
And support Steel Pulse.
Thank you very much.
For best reggae album.
Listen out. Come forward.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right,